Where's my video? It's not there. So we did another, just a regular search on images, 80 known UFOs into the image search. To the left is a picture from Pinterest, and to the right is a YouTube video, and there's my YouTube video. Yet it'll pop up in images, but it won't pop up in videos. Yet, as I just showed you, not one video on Google search had any 80 known UFOs, yet it still spit out these videos. All right, now we're getting into the more interesting stuff. This is what everybody wants to know. All right, what you're seeing in front of you, these are the 80 known UFOs. Some people, has anybody ever seen any of these shapes? Now, the interesting thing about this sheet that we're looking here, everyone's heard of Project Blue Book, or are you familiar with Project Blue Book?
No.
Project Blue Book was something that happened after World War II, because what happened is after we pushed the button on the cosmos, which means we set off nuclear weapons, which said, hey, here we are, come visit us, see what's going on here. They decided to start all coming here. And then as we started making nuclear weapons that went into missiles, all these 80 known UFO shapes started showing up at every single base on the planet, North Korea included, and they go and shut off and deactivate these missiles and the nuclear warheads on a regular basis, sometimes every week. So they started to do work on it. The first group were called Majestic 12, then it was called Project Grudge, and then officially it was called Project Blue Book. Oh wait, this is a blue piece of paper. This is the final outcome of Project Blue Book. 80 known UFO shapes. Basically, this was my uncle's work, and he ran the U.S. military since after World War II. When Project Blue Book, if you notice, like you'll see A1, A2, A3, A4, A, and then it goes A8, and then B1's missing, then B3, and then as we go down to the third line, you'll see D678. The reason why we see D678 is because you can walk into any Cadillac dealer anywhere in the world, and a black man can buy a car, a white man, and an Indian man can all buy a car. So they found these certain UFOs with more than one race in it. There was different races that they found inside these UFOs. So that's the reason why they threw it. And then another one you could see, EG45. I have no idea why there's two letters on there. Maybe they were made, the same UFO was made in two separate locations. That's all I could figure out. Getting information out of my uncle was like pulling teeth. It was very difficult. You know, it was a beautiful thing knowing the man. But 1969, Project Blue Book ended. After Project Blue Book ended, this is what it turned into. I believe that these are in the order of most frequently seen. So A1 would be the most seen UFO that they've ever seen, and H10 would be, oh, we only seen that 3 times. That's all I could ever get out of this. My uncle died a few years ago, so when I did see him, it was a family event, and our whole lives, I used to just joke with him all the time. I was like, you're the busiest unemployed retired man I've ever seen in my life. He ran MUFON. After Project Blue Book ended, if you research it, Project Blue Book ended in 1969. MUFON was founded in 1969. And then if you didn't know who the Majestic 12, you Google Majestic 12, FBI, these guys all came out of Quantico, Virginia. And then they actually have their pictures and their names. But these are the Majestic 12. I believe they paired up in pairs and traveled all over the United States and the world when the UFO occurrences started, right after World War II. And then there's Project Blue Book. and I just did the images on here. Project Blue Book is probably a giant room filled with boxes filled with report after report after report, which produced that one piece of paper. We're going to stop it there. Any other questions?
When you were saying that if someone came to you for like past life regression,
I don't touch it. I don't hypnotize people. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I've hypnotized a kid that didn't even speak English once because he just got hit and his leg was broken. I just don't want to do regression because I have a serious problem with my, like, you'll see, we're getting there. You'll know why I don't hypnotize people. Because too much weird shit has happened to me in my life. I don't want the weird shit in my life anymore. It's bad enough. That Dolores Cannon on August 12, 1972, I'm a Mormon. Mormons go on missions when they're 18 years old. When I was 8 years old, I was told, when you get older, you're going to hypnotize, you're going to teach this lady everything you know because what you know, other people don't, and she needs to know what you know. Everything. That's how I remember her. I remember from growing up, dreaming. I remember her name. I was told that when I got older, I would meet the incarnation of the planet in a woman. And she's revealing lost information.
How did you meet Dolores?
How did I meet Dolores?
Tell us how you met Dolores.
All right, the first time I met Dolores was growing up and seeing her in my dreams again and again and again and again. Then, all of a sudden, I'm watching a metaphysics program on Channel 9 in the late 80s. I forget the name of it. And all of a sudden, I said, that's the woman from my dreams. Oh, and she was just launching Nostradamus. Hi, I just translated Nostradamus Quatrains. I just came out with this new book. So I go to Barnes & Noble, I order the book. I finally get it. It was like, Christmas! Yeah, I got a Christmas gift. I open the book, I start reading it. I read it from the front to the back in a couple hours. The funny thing is, you've ever heard of speed reading? As I read one word, I could close my eyes, I already knew what the next word was. The first book I ever read in my entire life that I already read. Very weird. Very, very metaphysical. I immediately called her. Well, I got her number within days. I went to the library. I found it within less than 5 minutes. Picked up the phone, called her. I was like, hi, Dolores. My name is James Burrell. I just read your book. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done. And it's like, I already read it. And Nostradamus calls me the nexus in time. He does. Yeah, they didn't go in and explain it, but I'm the nexus because I was awake when the entire planet was put. Oh, you didn't know that information. I was like, well, I see that you're coming out here to do an Edgar Casey. I really would love to meet with you. And I'll drive you. I'm a professional chauffeur in New York. I work for the largest limousine company, driving the most famous people in the world, the richest people in the world. I was like, I'd rather spend time with you than them. She goes, that's so weird. I just hung up with some guy that said he was going to pick me up in a limo when I got there. I was like, oh, all right. You know something, I'm going to take off of work, I'll do whatever. I will definitely come to your Edgar Casey thing, I want to meet you. All right, that sounds good. I said, but I will call you right before you come. So the day before she came, picked up the phone. Hello, Dolores. Oh, I know exactly who you are. I was like, yeah, just calling to make sure, I said I would call you back to make sure you have a ride tomorrow. She goes, that is so weird. I just hung up with the guy that was going to pick me up in the limo, and he told me he can't pick me up tomorrow. I just hung up with him, and then your phone rings. I was like, I guess I'm picking you up tomorrow at the airport. She laughed. So I can't wait to meet you. Get to the airport. She's on they call it the Walmart flight. She gets on the plane, and she's the only person on board. So I get in the terminal, the plane came in, I'm looking around, there's no luggage, the entire terminal's bare. LaGuardia, American Airlines. So I stand around for like about 20 minutes or so, and all of a sudden I see her, and I walk up to her, hey, Dolores. Oh, I wasn't expecting you. I was like, oh, sorry. I said, you got luggage? Oh, no, I just got my carry-on. But I really got to go to the bathroom. I was like, all right. So she goes to the bathroom, then we get in my car. She gets in my car, and that's when I started teaching her. And it's like, right before I started teaching her the healing hypnosis, I was like, I got a lot of things that I got to tell you. You're going to think I'm crazy. but everything I'm about to tell you is the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, I was told to do this when I was 8 years old. And the first thing, well, who are they? And I was like, well, they are the spirit world, the alien worlds that help this planet from blowing itself up. They are the 144,000 that incarnated on this planet to watch God's greatest miracle. And that's how our relationship began. And every time she was here, I'd drive her and I'd teach her more stuff and give her direction and help her with this and that and the other thing.
You brought her to our organization.
Yeah.
And she presented about, what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
Longer than that.
Longer
She
than
didn't
that.
want to come here. I had to twist her
And
thumb.
then she taught, Bob, you were in one of her classes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, a lot of us were.
There was about 5 of us or 6.
Where, in her class?
Yeah.
She had about 30 people that day. There were
No,
many
but I
people.
mean from this. It was about 6 from this group.
More than that.
There was? All right.
It's a lot of people don't show up to the meetings.
Yeah, I know. All right, and that's how I came across Dolores. All right, we're gonna end this video and start another one right now.
Jim, could I just